Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Rogue Trader. We are continuing where we left off last time, where we'd finished up nearly everything in Footfall. I think there was still a little bit left to do that we were stuck from completing because we couldn't get into the quarantine zone. But that has us here in the Furibundus system, which we are not needing to leave yet, because there were still a few more things left in this system we hadn't explored. So we've got a ship here, Drusus Blessing, a dead world, and then Alter Templum Calixis EXT-17, which sounds to me like a tech priesty place. I guess we'll just kind of go in that order to see what's going on. Lord Captain, we have received flagship Drusus Blessings with a small escort dead ahead. We have the flagship. They're requesting a direct Vox channel, patching you through. Vox channel clicks, and after a brief pause, a dry, low voice hails you. Greetings, Lord Captain. I am honored to speak with the rogue trader of House von Valentius. May your name be known through the ages. Chartist Captain Asterius Thorfast, bearer of the free charter of the merchant fleet. How can I be of service? What's your squadron doing here? We develop supply routes for the Chartists. You see, my ship is a representative of the merchant fleet in this part of Imperium territory. Yet we do not have a fixed charter-defined trade route. Our mission is to establish business contacts with voidfarers in need of regular ship repairs and those who are interested in specialized goods. So, some sort of merchant group. I don't know, who do you work for? Like, which of the factions? I don't know. From where do you source the components you sell? Are you asking me to disclose our suppliers to you? Thorfast laughs airily. Well, frankly, they come from both everywhere and nowhere. We get our wares either from lucky voidsmen who stumble upon an abandoned or dilapidated ship somewhere in a neighboring system, or from unlucky ones whose sorry tub arrives on footfall in such a state that it's easier to take her apart than to restore her. I would like to know more about the merchant fleet's operations in the Koronus Expanse. For the most part, all the Expanse has its fleets of different organizations and small flotillas of merchant ships. Uninterrupted communication between worlds is a matter of life and death for many outposts of humanity. So even in this dark corner of the Imperium, there are Chartists and ships assigned to the various Adeptus. Alas, the Expanse has next to no stable trade routes, so the job can be precarious at times. Then again, no one is more intimately familiar with the hardships of local commerce than a rogue trader. Alright, let's see your catalog. The catalog of components available for purchase. Oh, he actually sells ship parts. I've been wondering about how to upgrade our ship so we can buy scrap. Oh, this item provides 50 scraps, so we can buy 7 of them. 7 of them. I can't talk today. That's going to be bad for this. But then also other parts that we can put onto our ship. Oh, cool. What do you want to boost your reputation? He's with the Imperial Navy. Okay, so that's the faction he's working for. Void Eldari trophies, Void Drukari trophies, Void Heretic trophies, and Void Pirate trophies. I don't think we have any of that. Oh, we do actually have Void Pirate trophies. I mean, it's only worth 300. But this is, I think, the first trader we found who has basically a different list of what he's looking for. So, I'll give that to you while we're here. And then I guess we'll just take everything available and then we can look at how it affects our ship. I mean, there's no harm in it. Oh, installing components. You have received a new equipment for your ship. To install it, open the voidship management screen from the panel on the right, double-click left mouse button on the equipment's icon, or hold and drag it to the desired location. Makes total sense. Like, I could try and figure out what my ship needs and then look at those, but I'd rather just grab them all and then we can figure it out from there. Well, thank you, sir. So let's go to our void ship management. We now have 375 scrap, so that's actually enough to do real upgrades. So it's 50 scrap to upgrade either our RAM or our hull, so I might upgrade both. Let's look at the rest of these. So this goes into our prow weapons. Mars pattern prow battery. Short range prow mounted macro cannons, which fire 4 shots dealing 14 damage. Currently we have 4 shots dealing 19 damage. Or long range, dealing 45 to 55 damage to a chosen enemy within a narrow firing arc. Huh. Do I think the 4 shots is more useful than 4 torpedoes that actually have to maneuver around? Don't know. Not certain that this would be an upgrade. Then this is a void shield. Provides 80 points of protection per sector is what we have. This provides 70 points of protection for each sector. This amount is doubled against enemy blast attacks. So less shields, but doubling the shields specifically for blasts. I don't know enough about ship combat to know what is considered a blast versus normal, I guess, not blast attacks. Presumably things like torpedoes probably blast, but normal guns or lasers would not be, I'm guessing. Can I see anything here saying that it does blast damage on any of our weapons? Just to get some sort of idea. No, nothing there is saying anything about blast. Does the torpedo say it does blast if I look at torpedoes? Wood ship weapon that fires torpedoes. Torpedoes can land a direct hit or deal area damage on a miss, detonating it on a proximity fuse when detonated manually. Yeah, nothing says anything about blast, so the idea of dropping my shields in the hope that I come across whatever this blast damage is doesn't seem smart. Hey, pseudonym, welcome. Another lance weapon. So we could replace our torpedoes with a second long-range lance. Probably not. It's good to have options. And that's the same torpedo tubes that we already have. We currently have a 2A drive, which is 11 speed along a strong acceleration and braking. This one would give us 13 speed along with low acceleration and braking. So higher top speed but slower acceleration and braking. Again, I don't know enough to know whether that would be beneficial or not. Then our auger array, granting 80% hit chance and 5% critical hit chance is what we have. This would give us 90% hit chance and 5% critical hit chance. So this one is notably better. So we will put that in, and we finally have an upgrade. Then I can add this to cargo. Gonna hold on to the rest of those because I don't yet know their worth. We could upgrade and probably should, but the thing to keep in mind is that when we take damage, we use scrap to repair, so I can't spend all of my scrap on upgrades. But upgrading the hull seems sensible. What is the next upgrade? Only 65. It's actually not scaling very high to upgrade. I should have actually checked how much that changed things. I didn't pay attention to what my hull value was before. Let's upgrade it. What does upgrading the RAM even give us? Increases RAM damage and reduces damage suffered when ramming another ship. We tried ramming once and we took way too much damage from it. Probably because our RAM is lowest level. Let's upgrade it just because it's cheap. Okay. Okay, I was like, these numbers seem to have changed. And they did. Damage reduction from the ram. We take 4 less damage, and we do 5 more damage when we ram. That's cool. Let's do another hull upgrade. So we're currently at 144 hull. 158. That is not actually growing very quickly. But it's fine, I suppose. I'm going to buy one more hull upgrade and then we're going to stop. I think I'll leave the 125 in case we take damage and we need to heal. Oh, we can downgrade. Do we get all of our scrap back if we downgrade? I think we do. Because we've bought 1 point in there for 50 scrap and we can get the 50 scrap back. Does that mean if we take damage in a fight, I can just downgrade a part if I need the scrap at no cost? Because that seems really, really good. Like unusually really good. Alright, so we've finished talking to them. Let's check out the dead world next, I think. Tithe grade undetermined, unknown name. No resources. Well, then I'm probably not going to put down an extraction. We have 5 of them. A mobile mining outpost assembled in accordance with the Blessed Standard template construct. This small industrial complex can be deployed on practically any world, however inhospitable. The Surf clan assigned to it will devote itself to the maintenance of its sacred mechanisms and the extraction of resources needed by the rogue trader. I'm guessing resources on the planet would show up here, and it's not these are the resources we can collect after we put down the extraction. Surely it's going to tell me what resources we get before we put down a mining outpost. Tithe grade Z001. I assume that means, you know, Z being a high letter and 1 being smallest. Probably is some way of saying this world is terrible. Anyway, we're not going to try mining that for obvious reasons. Lord Captain, the station's airlocks have been sealed from the inside. A Vox recording is stating that the priesthood of the Altar Templar Calixtus X-17 Sanctuary have no desire to communicate with the laity and are refusing access to guests on the basis of the Adeptus Mechanicus privilege of inviolability, granting them sole jurisdiction over their sacred sites. Oh. I don't even get a chance to try and talk to them. Okay. Tech priests are just saying, no, we are free to do what we want and we don't want to talk to you. Sure. I guess being a rogue trader doesn't give me complete privileges. Well, that's actually everything in the Furibundus system. So I guess now we can go back to docking, check out the shadow quarters and see if enough time has gone by that we can get into the quarantine zone. But if not, then I don't think there's anything left for us to do here in Footfall. And yeah, I think we'll stick with our normal crew. We could take Heinrichs instead of Abelard. Kind of 50-50 on my opinion there. I think we'll keep using Abelard for a bit, but at some point we'll probably switch in Heinrichs. Not really feeling like bringing Adira much. She's just another psyker. She's an operative, which is Pascal's spot, and I would rather have Pascal than Adira. And then Jai was a officer, same as Cassia. And I prefer Cassia. So yeah, I don't think Adira or Jai are going to get a ton of use in this team. But we'll see. Come on. There we go. So we're wanting to get down here. No, down here. To see if they've cleared the path for us. Because they said it would take time. And I don't know if that just means we need to leave the station and then come back. Or if we need to fully leave the system and then come back. Ow! You just lit me on fire. Can you not? Alright, let's talk to the sergeant and hopefully not keep running into their fire. Oh, it's you again. An order came down in regards to your esteemed self. We're to clear the passage and let you through. So here we are, clearing and disarming the mines. I don't know why you're in such a rush to bite it, but it's none of my business. You just wait and we'll make way for you sooner or later. So yeah, still not available. Although it could just be that the liege didn't like that we overruled him on that, and so he's intentionally telling them to be slow about it. Like, technically he's following our command. I'm gonna assume that's not the case, but it could be. But yeah, with that out of the way, we are done with the Furibunda system for now. So now I have to actually decide where we're going. Which I've not thought about, and I should have. I guess long term, there were 3 different planets that we were supposed to check out. But one of them, as I recall, was nearby, and 2 of them were pretty far away. So we're going to be heading towards the nearby one, which I think was Janus, the agriculture world. But I don't know if we can just jump straight there, if there's other systems on the way that we're going to stop through. Don't know. Back to the bridge. So let's see what we can see. So for this, how did we do this last time? It wasn't voidship management. Was it? Here we go. That button for the Expanse map. Then we asked Cassia to chart new routes. That's a really cool effect. Okay. So, red means extremely very dangerous, from what I recall. Standard scanning could not reveal a route to the selected system, but you can still get there by spending points of Navigator's Insight to plot a guaranteed direct path. Click left mouse button on the system and use Navigator's Insight to chart a course. Got it. Did I have a system selected? Because I don't think I did. Let's see. So we have here Kava Gamma. That was the industrial world, right? That was having trouble. This one is Dargonus, which is our capital world. There's Janus, yeah, which is pretty close by, and then that's where we are. So we're going to be wanting to head here. Long term. We found a safe route here, a somewhat safe route to here, a questionable route to there, and then no known route there yet from where we are. Navigator's Insight, we have 6 of them. By scanning new systems, anomalies, or participating in non-combat space events, the Navigator of the flagship uses it to build new warp routes, as well as to make them more stable and safe, in as much as it's possible. And what is this inevitable triumph? It's a rumor that we've heard about. Which rumor were you? Decades ago, a ship called the Inevitable Triumph went missing on course to Footfall. A shuttle from that ship has been discovered not far from the Aviora system. That's the Aviora system. But they're saying it might also be in Sotto's tomb. I don't know if we are on any sort of time crunch. Are we in chapter 1 or are we in chapter 2? I see we've got chapter 2 quests, but we still have chapter 1 quests that are unfinished. Weird. Yeah. They've hinted that if we are slow to deal with our planets, Janus, Dargona, and the other one, that there could be consequences. But I don't know if that means that we can't stop around in other systems, or shouldn't stop around in other systems on the way there. But I'm tempted to go with this one because it's a safe route. Just to see how things go. Lord Captain, the ship's senior officer requests an audience with you. They are humbly awaiting you on the bridge. Okay. Lord Captain, if I may request your attention for a moment, I must report a series of highly dangerous violations that have taken place in the fuel compartment. The Master-at-Arms is ignoring my demands, and I am thus forced to appeal directly to you. Master-at-Arms is in charge of guns, who I would think shouldn't have anything to do with the fuel compartment. If he's storing munitions by the fuel, it's probably a bad thing. The fuelers have found a sect of some kind. This group practices fire worship of the Emperor and have been burning promethium near the fuel lines. I beg you to stop this madness before we all go up in flames. Okay. I should point out that there have been no incidents in the fuel compartment so far, and that the beliefs of this sect do not affect the obedience of the worship or their efficiency in any way. All assemblies are conducted strictly after hours with the permission of their superiors. However, if you find their practices unacceptable, we will put a stop to them immediately. What? They're burning my promethium? Does the ecclesiarchy recognize this cult, or is it considered heretical? I know just how to handle this cult. Does the ecclesiarchy recognize this cult, or is it considered heretical? I think that's a fair first question. This matter is beyond my purview. Let Confessor Edelbart be the judge of such business. A plump, rosy-cheeked old man steps forward, his voice deep and sonorous. The Emperor protects your lordship. I can assure you that there is no heresy festering in the fuel compartment. The sect of the Fire Prophecies has been tested for purity and found to be in accordance with the Creed. Their leader, who calls himself the Oracle of Fire, is devout and submissive to his servants. They do not twist the sacred teachings, and as for their chosen form of worship, these are neither rare nor remarkable. Many such minor cults exist in the Imperium with the full approval of the ecclesiarchy. Does this Oracle of Fire really make prophecies? At least he and his flock believe that the Emperor reveals glimpses of the possible future to him in the sacred flame. Occasionally his visions do come true, or so his followers convince themselves. We do not know whether the grace of the God Emperor truly lies upon him, or if he is merely a charlatan, or perhaps a blissful lunatic, or a wicked rogue who possesses psychic power not tempered by his will. A croaking voice interrupts the confessor's words. Lord Captain, as choir master of the Astropathic Choir, I must be watchful of any threats to the ship's safety originating from the Imperium. I have heard rumors about this oracle, and so I have sent my adepts to see him. They assert that the man is a psyker. Ooh. Okay. If he's an unsanctioned psyker using questionable methods to try and see the future, that is a very different thing than just a strange cult. The man who speaks to the warp is a danger to himself and to the entire vessel. Both law and common sense dictate that he should be thrown into a holding cell, tranquilized, and handed over to the Inquisition to be sent to Holy Terra. Alternatively, you may also dispose of him in some other way. Yeah, an unsanctioned psyker intentionally trying to reach into the warp. Granted, focusing on the God Emperor with his cult, but still, unsanctioned psyker reaching into the warp is a lot more sketchy than just burning Promethium. But yes, I'll ask, they're burning my Promethium. The amount of residue accumulated in the drainage tanks was so laughably small that it was not even worth recording. If there were any real misappropriation of the ship's resources happening here, I would have already punished those involved, Lord Captain. The last sentence carries a faint note of regret. Okay, so they're just burning the dregs that were left behind. Alright, well I know how to handle this cult, apparently. We stand ready to carry out any order. Since Confessor Adalbart and Mistress Sauerbach have both attested that those people are obedient and free of fault, I will not ban their teaching. The Oracle's visions may prove useful to us. We will not let the law stand in our way. Do keep an eye on him, Wise. I mean, is it... If I have my astropath keep an eye on him, is that considered safe enough? Probably not. Because if he just reaches too far and summons a demon, that happens fast. I don't think my astropath could recognize the danger fast enough to do anything about it. My Furnace Master says that they are a danger to my ship, then I'm convinced. Disperse the troublemakers. Throw the Oracle into a holding cell and hand him over to the authorities at the first port we visit. Or throw this prophet out of the airlock. I think I'm just going to throw the Oracle into a holding cell. I don't trust having unsanctioned psykers that... I mean, obviously we have Adira, but Adira has been through a lot, and though she didn't go through proper sanctioning, one could argue the time she spent in the presence of a rogue trader doing psyker work, to some extent, has proven her control, versus this Oracle we know nothing about. So I'm inclined to not want to risk my crew to an unsanctioned psyker. So we'll follow the proper procedures, throw them in a holding cell, and when we get a chance, give them to the black ships, be taken to Terra and be tested. Yeah. It will be done, Lord Captain. I will see to it that he remains unconscious and his dangerous powers are kept in check. As for the cult, I am sure it will dissolve on its own without its spiritual leader. Yeah, the cult itself seems fine. If I don't have an issue with them, if they're just burning the dregs after all the people have left, when everything that... You know, doing it in a safe manner and not burning any sizable amounts, they can do what they want. But the leader being a unsanctioned psyker is potentially enough trouble that we're just going to deal with it. Alright, does that mean we made it to the system that we were trying to get to? I'm guessing so. Or are we mid-jump or something? I don't know how these jumps work. Looks like we are here in Sotto's tomb. It's an uncharted system. Oh, pirates. So we could go in and deal with the pirates. We also have other stuff to look at. Let's skirt around the pirates for now. What do we have in this space dust? Trophies. Some fuel. Okay. Cargo is stored, not valuable for a mighty rogue trader. Okay, does that just go as fuel cargo just to be sold. Let's try this other space dust. More fuel. Okay, sure. Oh, rumor complete, inevitable triumph. So this is where that ship was hiding. We found Chartist Monocle. This monocle grants the wearer plus 15 bonus to commerce. What exactly is the commerce skill? We've seen it a bunch, but I don't know if I've ever actually had to roll it for anything. Character's business sense and their ability to make profitable bargains. Yeah. And then we also found 2 Mechanicus creations. Are each of these worth 100% of a cargo slot? Or is it saying the 2 of them together makes 1 cargo slot? I guess to some extent I can probably check that. If we go to... how do we get to our cargo? Oh, cargo. So if we sort by name, do we have 6 fuels? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we have a lot more than that. Well, that's not as helpful there. We've got a bunch of Mechanicus creations. Any of them that are just Mechanicus creations in general? No. So I'm guessing it's 2 cargo slots that were each 100% for Mechanicus creations. Probably. Well, no, we only have a single 100%. I don't know. I don't know how that system works. Strikes me as odd. We'll figure it out with time. Do I want to take on the pirates while I'm here? They are around a planet that we haven't explored. Gonna toss down a save. Seems the smart way to handle that. And then let's move in towards the pirates. In case this goes very terrible, which it very much could. Because I don't know ship combat very well yet.
For the glory of the dynasty!
Okay, so there's 3 of them. Alright. Well, from here, I could already just shoot this one. And we've got a ship here, and then another one there. What about the rest of these? That's our ram. We start shields. Those are our various side shots, and then a forward shot that we need to move forward a tiny bit. Well, let's start here and just shoot you. Oh, it does a good amount of damage to the shield, but that's it. So we'd have to move forward to actually get another shot off. I don't remember how ship combat works. If I start moving just a little ways, does that end how far I move? I think I have to move into this range by the end of it, right? Like we have to go all 3 steps. I'm gonna move forward to here. If I did that, I could still get the shot off, but then I could also hit them with this. Yeah. Let's do that. Move forward and take the shot here to take out most of their shield.
Bleed them.
Oh, all of their shield and a tiny bit of health. So that was an unusually good roll, I guess. 35 shield damage, and we attacked 5 times. 45 to 55 damage. We did 35 shield and 2 hull damage. I don't know how the math adds up. Then we can also shoot here and do significant damage.
Another salvo.
Can't do anything with those yet. Although, if we went, say, here, we could probably attack them with the side. Probably. So sure, move to there. And then that'll finish him off. Oh, did that? No, that didn't take out our shield. Okay. It did hit our shield, so we don't want to take damage. We don't want to blow up a ship right next to them. Good to know. We should have been another square out to the side. So I could do a similar thing here. If I went, say, there, then I could shoot them with this gun, which only does a bunch of shield damage. Doesn't take them out. If I went, say, there. Oh no, that puts them on the wrong side. Just trying to get beyond them so that they don't have an easy time attacking us, because they've got to be continuing to move that way. I think that might be the best option for that.
Set the course.
Take all of those shots. Then we can toss out some torpedoes. Just cuz, you know? Why not?
Annihilate them!
Okay, those are at the end of the initiative, but then we'll get to move them to try and follow wherever this ship ends up going. Hopefully they can't get behind us and shoot us from behind, because I recall reading that we're weakest there. But as it is, our weakened shield side is the side away from them, which is good. I think that'll be the end of our turn. Okay. We'll have a fairly easy time getting behind them, I think, to shoot. Oh, maybe not. Oh, right, we are controlling torpedoes now. So you are heading this way, they're heading towards us there. We're going to be continuing this way as well, so they're probably going to follow. So I think I'm going to have the torpedoes turn that way. Maybe go this way, so that they're angled further that way. And then hopefully we don't run our own ship into the torpedoes, because that would be bad. Alright, I can just shoot you already from here, which I'll do.
Strewn across the sky!
Goodbye, pirates. then we could do a swing run. Let's see, torpedo control gives control to the nearest torpedo salvo, granting it 5 movements. Might as well. Sure. Just get it angled slightly better. I'm thinking I'm probably going to want to do a swing run, because we are just completely angled wrong. If I did go somewhere like here, though, which is a bit sketchy, could I get any sort of shot? No. So we can't get to them regardless. So let's do a swing run.
Lay in the course.
Okay, wasn't sure what I was angling there for, but okay. That is fine. Yeah, we have very limited control with where we aim this main shot. I like the long range, but it's very straight, you know, one way or another. Do I want to go straight or do I want to angle? I think we'll go here.
Set the course.
And call that good. What is restart shields? Initiates the process of restarting the shields. The shields will be restored at the start of the flagship's next turn. Rerouting the power to the shield reduces flagship speed by 3 and firing range by 2 for its next turn. No, we don't need to do that. We've taken some shield damage, but not enough to be terribly concerned. I hope this ship realizes the error it's made. Okay, it's shooting from the front, which still had good shields. Okay, yeah, you're dead. Goodbye.
Got them.
Okay, so trophy-wise, we gain a bunch of scrap and then some ancient machinery, which is void pirate trophies. Cool. And yes, our ship does level up. We were wondering, well, I guess I was wondering how we get these abilities. And that's this, I'm assuming. It's all starting to make sense. That was a very good battle for us. We took we took 2 points of hull damage. Realistically, no damage. I could repair, and probably should. How does one repair? That's how we upgrade our hull, which is not what I'm wanting to do. I've taken damage. We didn't get anything for this component from that collection, which is a shame. Oh, hull repair. Costs 2 scrap. Yeah. We'll use 2 scrap to heal ourselves back to full. So it's 1 scrap per hull point, looks like. I have no problem with that. Okay. Tithe grade undetermined. Begin scan. Okay, so yeah, this is what I would have expected before. Planet exploration and mining. Planets in the Koronus Expanse are teeming with valuable resources. Before these resources can be harvested, however, an extractium needs to be set up on the world's surface. Scan the planet, then select the icon for the resource you are interested in to deploy an extractium. Click accept to confirm your choice. You can see how many extractiums you have available at the bottom of the screen. So we're going to want a lot of those, because I hope I don't have to be terribly picky about which planets to extract from or not. Resources are required to develop colonies and complete contracts. You can also use them to trade the various factions. New contracts are now available in the journal. Are they? Contracts are requests issued by your colonies. By fulfilling them, you can obtain resources, increase your profit factor, or receive unique items. Sometimes fulfilling contracts offered by one colony can affect the productivity of your other colonies. Fulfilling contracts costs a certain amount of resources or a share of your profit factor. It costs a share of your profit factor? The contract's description contains both the costs associated with it and the reward you will receive. You can fulfill contract by selecting it in the journal, clicking complete contract. So it can cost an amount of our profit factor, but it also can increase our profit factor. Weird. Okay. So we could start extracting plasteel. What's in the question mark? Sotto's tomb. Right. So this is a system called Sotto's tomb, but it's probably named that because there actually is a tomb here. I don't know what this will be, but I'm worried, knowing my 40k lore, that it could be a Necron tomb. I'm assuming not. They wouldn't throw Necrons at us this soon, hopefully. But that's the only tombs, like tomb worlds, tombs, etc. that I know of from 40k lore. And that would be scary. First, let's start extracting the plasteel. I don't see much harm in that. So we used one of our 5. Then how do we go about getting this? No. Maybe it just, we have it now, so that if someone needs... Yeah, so we've got 5 plasteel now. So if at some point someone needs plasteel, we have that available. That's how that works. If we go to our journal, which we can't from here, wanted to see if we could see the contracts, they called them. Let's go to Sotto's tomb. Imperium cartographers and chroniclers know this place well. Long ago, the planet was a prosperous outpost capable of eclipsing even footfall. There used to be a Cyclopean tomb station on its orbit, the final resting place of Cornelius Sotto, one of the discoverers of the Koronus Expanse. Okay, so it is just an Imperial guy, a famous Imperium guy's tomb. The tomb gave its name to the entire system. However, about 400 years ago, an unknown cosmic body rammed into the station, causing it to collapse onto the planet. Not only did the catastrophe kill the settlers, it also made the world uninhabitable for centuries. The crater formed by the station's impact can still be observed from orbit. Sotto's tomb became a sepulchre for the entire planet. This sort of place has neither life nor loot, but knowing that nasty tricks that life can pull is a treasure in its own right. Okay, so there was nothing to be found there. Cool. Now we open the journal. Contracts. What do we have? A favor. Lord Inquisitor Calcazar's servants have been buying up top quality plasteel and transporting it to an unknown location. While the nature of Lord Inquisitor's secretive grand-scale manufacturing operation remains unknown, the names of those who are assisting him are uttered with great respect. So we could give the Inquisitor our 5 plasteel, which would give us 3 profit factor. Which doesn't seem like a bad call. The Inquisitor is definitely someone we want to help. Also, we have the Explorator Cognizant's fleet is planning a holy expedition to an unknown subsector. Their emissary, Opticon 22, who's a cool dude, is prepared to buy a massive amount of fuel for the voidships. So 5 promethium, which we don't have. Do I want to give this now? Immediately lose our 5 plasteel we just got to gain 3 more profit factor? Doesn't look like there's any sort of time limit on this. So I am tempted to not hold on to the plasteel, and then at a later point, if I find myself needing profit factor, we can reevaluate. Because the only benefit it's giving me is profit factor. It's not giving me items or anything else of note. Okay, but I think we are done with Sotto's tomb world. So the only route we know is to get back to Furibundus. We could chart new routes to see... Does that overwrite these ones that we already knew? I guess let's click it and find out. Or is it just going to slowly overlay all the different routes? Because there might be a route that goes directly here, or that goes, you know, up here towards Janus more. Sure, let's see what happens. Okay, it doesn't erase those. So we can still safely get back to Furibundus, but we can now get to this Avioris from either here or going through Furibundus. Both of them are slightly scarier routes. And these ones we haven't found a route to, which I guess is fine. Let's go to Avioris, just from here. And we're now at 7 navigators in sight. So if I wanted to go to here, we could chart it using her insight. Looks like 3 of it. Is it saying it's deadly if we don't? Or that if we charted it, she would find a route, but it's a deadly route? Can we just go anywhere with a deadly route? I mean, I don't want to do a deadly route, obviously. I don't see the point of charting something if it's just going to give us a deadly route. I mean, sure, at some point I'm probably going to have to take some riskier routes. But I hope not. Okay, so this is a more sensible option. So she knows the route. It's currently... I don't know what the different colors. There's no legend of exactly... Yeah. There's no legend of what they mean. But I think it was green is safe. Yellow is unsafe. Maybe. Orange is slightly scarier. And then red is deadly. So we could make it safe or we could risk it to save the insight. I want to see what an unsafe route is, how that changes things. And maybe nothing will happen because it's probably a percentage chance. Yes, unsafe. Okay. So we can't travel to these. We could create a route for deadly. This one, we could travel unsafe or we could spend insight to make it safe. I'm understanding the system.